Well, I think that the overall tone, as Eamon pointed out, will be one of bipartisanship. You know, the president tends to deliver a very solid, great speech, particularly when he's working off a prepared set of remarks and off a teleprompter, which I expect he would do tonight. As it relates to business, you know, there's going to be a lot in there that business likes, of course. Certainly, I would expect the president to recount the successful economy that, in part, he deserves a lot of credit for. The tax cuts plans have helped grow the economy. Wages are up, growth is up. All the things Trump campaigned on in 2016 have come to fruition relative to the economy. There are some challenges on trade, of course. Yeah. But he very well may find more support in the Democratic Party on those policies than the Republicans. The one area where business may not like it, depending on what he actually puts forward in this speech, is around prescription drug prices. Mm-hmm. And I would expect that, to me, I'm going to watch how Democrats react to that, because that is an area where he could craft a bipartisan agreement that many Republicans won't like, frankly. Do Democrats cheer for him, or do they sit there with their arms crossed? That, to me, will tell me a lot.
Stefan, the reason I ask, too, is because, like Sarah was saying, maybe from the macro point of view, there's a lot to talk about, sort of good economy, and it's good for business and that kind of thing. But you know, when you go through sector by sector, it feels like the themes both on the right and on the left are to highlight some of the problems, whether it's drug pricing specifically in healthcare. You know, there's other industries too. There's tech, and there might be calls there about, you know, privacy or whether they should be broken up. And yeah, a lot of that's come on the left, but I think there's a lot of popularity for that on the right too.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's decidedly a mixed bag, right? As Steve said in the last segment, GDP growth is, in fact, slowing. China is slowing down. We're going to get to a budget deficit of over $1 trillion next year. And in October, we had a 10-year high in terms of the trade deficit. And Kelly, on top of all that, we have a very uncertain macro geopolitical environment, right? You have Venezuela, the fourth largest country in Latin America, that could go into crisis, maybe even a civil war. You have the upcoming Chinese trade deadline on March 1st. You have the president talking about...
Do you think he's going to say something on the China talks this evening?
Well, you know, he may. Because it is so fluid, I think he won't be running a victory lap yet. But the fact is there is a lot of risk in the market, and it doesn't seem, at least in terms of the equity markets, that it's pricing in that level of systemic risk that does exist both in the economy and geopolitically.